Are now live, the 10/16/2015 Small Business Accounting Advisors. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Alexa's not there.
Deborah just went sideways.
No, I keep saying, what's going to be the easiest to hold the phone?
Oh,
Now
now we're live.
Now I'm
Okay.
vertical.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, we're supposed to be live, and I am not seeing it come up.
It's live. It's live now. I see.
Well, it's live for us.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk Fitbit.
Fitbit.
Did you just get yours, Sarah?
I've had it for a couple months now. Well, it's
I've had
part
mine.
of my husband's firm. He works for a huge CPA firm, and Humana has this program where if you do all these things, you get points, and it'll lower the overall health insurance, blah, blah, blah. So part of me is like, I don't know if I want the insurance company knowing all this stuff. But anyway, so I got my Fitbit, and everybody's, trying to get the 10,000 steps a day. Are they crazy? And
It's like
all
about
it does
5
is
miles.
tell me how much I sit in front of a computer.
Well, it's supposed to keep you honest. It's supposed to keep you on program,
I know.
on point.
So somebody
You have one?
a friend, but then you see everybody's. I guess that's a good motivation if people can see your steps. It was like embarrass you into moving.
But
You know who's a beast with exercising is Kathy Kaufman. I get notices like, she just biked 15 miles or she walked 6 miles. I'm thinking the girl's as skinny as a rail.
Well, that's why.
Why does she need exercise?
So if you have Fitbit, this stuff goes all over, live, public?
No,
Yes.
if
Go
you
to a website.
if you friend somebody, your steps, you can get competitive on the. I guess the steps.
Yeah.
Now, Deborah, you're a friend of Karen's.
Yeah. I haven't been using my Fitbit though.
I know
lost
you
it.
made me feel great. I was like, what'd she do? Oh, good. Yeah, all right. Cool.
Yeah, my Fitbit's in a drawer somewhere right now.
The reason I got this one is because it also tracks my sleep, and I knew I wasn't sleeping very well, but now I realize how much I flip and flop and flip and flop. So it'll say you've been in bed maybe 7-8 hours, but you only slept 5. It's crazy. So I'm trying to work on that and guilt myself into going to bed earlier, and then it does the heart rate. I like the heart rate. So, but like Karen Magna says, she missed her watches. So her pretty watches. So she's got a point. So she has the one that clips on her clothes or something, but all it does is the steps. So.
I've had mine for a year now.
Yeah?
The battery starts wearing out after about a year. It doesn't hold the charge as long.
Oh, mine emails me and tells me it's hungry. It'll go, charge me, and then when it's done charging, it'll say I'm done or something. I mean, it seems to be different. And then you put it on, it goes, let's start stepping. So,
You get a fancy one, and I do get the basic one.
yeah.
I want to get my Wii out again. I don't know if anybody did that like a few years ago. That was fun, and that kept track of everything, and that did not broadcast it all over the world.
I like playing tennis on that.
Yeah. I like skiing.
I liked the yoga, believe it or not.
Oh yeah, the yoga's really good.
Yoga, we?
Yeah, that's what I said at first too, but you get that balance board, and yeah, you can do yoga.
And a dancing one.
And the dances, yes, I forgot about the
I do
dances.
that one.
I used to do that with my granddaughter. That was, she would come home from school, and that's what we would do until her mom came and picked her up.
You ever take that Bikram yoga? You ever take a class in that?
Bickering yoga?
Bikram. That's that hot yoga. Oh my God. It's hot yoga.
Oh, hot yoga. I heard about it.
You go in a room it's 104 degrees. And I thought, well, I'll try it. How hard could this be? So, most exercise classes are an hour. So I'm in the back row, And I mean, these people are like pretzels. And I just looked at the teacher and went, there's just no way I could do that. So like I'm looking at the clock on, oh good, 5 more minutes till the hour's up. And they kept going. It was 90 minutes. Oh my God, I thought I would die.
Wow, you're losing weight because you're sweating there, girlfriend.
Oh, I'm not a big sweater. So, but I walked home and I was like melted.
I'll bet.
And then I went back for a second time. And I thought, this is not for me. It's too weird.
Two and done.
Yeah, forget this, man. I mean, they were doing stuff like sticking your foot over their head, you know. I mean, how do they do that? I don't know. I'm just not flexible like that. I'm an accountant. You know, I have dexterous fingers.
Yeah.
I don't.
You can do a number of
I
keypad.
can really hold a pencil real good.
My husband is a big cyclist, and tomorrow they call it Patrick's Ride. They ride from Savannah to Augusta, which is 145 miles.
Wow.
So Mark will be gone at like 6 a.m. and then somewhere in the afternoon, it's like a 3.5 hour drive. I'll try to beat him there. And then go, yay, when they come in, and then go to dinner.
Awesome. It'll be his cheering crowd.
I'm the cheering crowd, but he's tried everything, poor guy. He buys me different bikes, and you know, I'm all tricked out, and it hurts. I don't like it. So he finally got me a Townie. I like the Townie because it's more flat-footed, and you know, I like to go 8 miles an hour and look at the houses. You know, I'm not interested in 30 miles an hour. And people on their cell phones. So he put my Trek on a trainer, so I could use it, you know, under the air conditioning watching TV. You know, he thought that would work. That wasn't working. So then he got the holder for my iPad, and he said, "Now get on Pinterest, and you'll ride to Atlanta and not even know it." But even then, I was, you know, I couldn't. Anyway, so my plan now is to. I keep saying this, that I'm going to get on it and listen to TED Talks or something, but.
Oh, okay. That would be interesting.
People that really love exercise, there's a level of pain tolerance or something. I don't know.
Endorphins that start happening, and you do feel better. I feel better if I exercise in the morning. It really, really wakes me up. It makes me, you know, morning time is the time that I'm the best. I get most work done. But if I do exercise in the morning, if I'm on the treadmill, I've been doing that shake weight thing lately.
What's a shake weight?
I'll show you. I got one.
Oh,
you get them, they're like
good.
$20, and I found it in a yard. I got it at a yard sale for like 50 cents.
As seen on TV, it's
Yeah.
a weight that you shake back and forth.
Oh, does that really help with the
Here it is.
arms?
I was so bad. Yes, there it is.
What is that?
It's a shake weight. Can you see it?
It's hysterical to see on TV.
Yeah. I can't even shake it. This is the
Don't hit yourself, please.
you know, supposed to do it, you know, over your head. You know, forget it. I feel really uncoordinated when I do it.
I know. That's what happened when I tried to go to aerobics back in the 80s. I went for a year and a half, but they'd make me stay on the side and out of the way because I'd hurt people.
Oh, no, they say, do a grapevine. Okay. You know, I can't dance. I can't dance at all. So I would just stop.
I know. Everybody's going left and I'm going right. And then I don't sweat correctly or something. I just go red.
Yeah.
They would always just stop me and check my heart rate because they thought I was going to like die of a stroke right then. I'm like,
We got to do something to stay active.
I tap my feet.
You tap.
yeah.
I always jiggle my leg. My leg's always jiggling.
Okay.
There's a YouTube of the chair that you do.
Oh, okay.
You have to find that. That's really funny. And it really is. It got serious.
Okay.
Well, last Saturday we had the Midnight Garden Ride, which is like 500-600 people on bicycles and costumes and dragging, you know, little carts with babies and dogs and anyway. And it goes all downtown. It's gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous. We have police at every intersection, and we go downtown, then we go south side, and then back. So it's about 10 miles, and then we end up back downtown for a big outdoor concert. But as I was pulling into the square at the end, all of a sudden my wrist started buzzing like crazy, and little fireworks. It scared the flip.
You hit your 10,000 steps.
I hit my first 10,000.
It buzzes.
Yeah.
It goes zzz. It's like a vibrator on your arm.
Yeah, that's right.
And what does that mean?
Hit your
10,000.
10,000 steps.
Oh, okay.
Now, in all fairness, I could sit here and just go.
Right.
But I'm not going to cheat.
Cool.
But last Easter, this is before I knew what everybody was doing. My sister-in-law was pacing back and forth.
Okay.
Pacing back and forth in the behind the sofa.
That's somebody calling over here.
Yeah, I don't know who it is. I can't tell. It doesn't seem to be me.
How many hangouts do we have going?
It was Joanne. She's trying to get on.
Oh no, Joanne, let me invite you again. I've only.
Minute, she's trying. It says, y'all full? No.
No.
No, tell her to go to Slack. We talked about that.
Oh.
Here, I'm going to send her the link anyway.
We were chatting in an old hangout,
Okay.
right?
Or go to Slack.
What are we on now? I just answered the phone call.
You answered the phone call? Oh, you just got a notice?
Well, when I was driving, oh, there's Joanne.
Well, now how come you're echoing?
I don't know.
Oh, there's. Huh.
Hi, Joanne.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Woohoo! We have audio. I got my French fries
Cool. And your fish.
and my fish.
And your fish. That's a serious fish eater there.
Oh, that's legit. Every Friday. Don't
Every
even.
Friday.
So we
French-
have our link in Slack.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, how did
I
I
didn't-
find it?
I'm sorry. I forgot about that.
And Deborah, I think I need your email address to invite you.
It's B like boy, S like Sam, F like Frank, S like Sam.
Wait, I can't write that fast.
You have your email, Debbie.
Huh?
Everybody's going to know your email.
That's fine.
Put it in chat.
I'm on my phone, so I don't think I can do that.
Oh, okay.
You want me to give it to her? Is it the same one that?
Yeah, the one you talked to me earlier. Yeah, the one you sent me today.
Okay, cool. And I'll send you an invite from Slack. I'm trying to get all the Hangout members in Slack.
Yay!
Do I have to hang up and call that now, or do I can stay here?
You can stay here. You're good here. We're in. We're in.
We're in. We're in like flame. And we're live.
And we're live.
And we're live.
All right, I forgot all about doing the Slack thing.
Yeah, I'm the only one that's posting in there these days.
How did I get in? Well, there's just too much. I mean,
I can't keep up with everything.
We have to work.
As soon as I
You
learn
should've
one, there's
seen-
another one.
Hey, Sarah, you should have seen the thing with Seth's Hangout this morning. It was
Yeah. Karen's scheduled an audit committee meeting here at 9:30, so the conference room was full of all these ILA people. It went long, but last night before she left, she said, "You can put that on fixed billing," and I said, "Yeah." And then she says, "Well, they're coming in the morning," and she hadn't put it on my schedule, and I'm like, "Oh, that's my hangout day." So she said, "Yeah, the contract's ready by tomorrow," and I'm like, "Sure." So I finished it up while they were meeting, and then it was perfect timing because it's all the finance committee too, so they approved it. And what was really funny is they turned around to Karen and said, "Is it okay to sign this?" And they looked at me and said, "We ask her everything."
Okay, awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah. So what's cool about it is I've always billed at the end of the month I mean, for how long have I been in business? 1988. After I do the work instead of the beginning. So as I bring people on with new contracts and I pre-build them, that first month is a double.
You get yep.
Tax-wise.
But I want to say I don't have all mine on the same day. I do some the first week, some the second week, so I have even income over the month.
I don't care about that. No, I bill first of the month, or a few days in, and I do the invoice, hit ACH, post the payment, done.
It gets even better on Bill.com when you can set it up for automatic. The invoice automatically gets created and automatically gets paid.
I'd have to hook up my company to Bill.com. I'm not happy with Bill.com. We just started it, and the client's we're having a hard time. I don't know whether I just not comprehending.
I love it.
Do ya?
Oh my gosh.
All right, we've invited a couple clients or vendors to join, and it's like I get one that says accept the invite, but then you can't find the client. Then the other one says that they're asking me to approve. It's not making any sense. And then I guess you have to wait for them to have their bank account tested or something, because it's not immediate.
No, what happens is you put the vendor in, and then if you don't, you all their data, their email, their address, it's like any other vendor. Mm-hmm. And then you can send them an invite to be ePay. They get an email, and then they fill that out, and then now they're on ePay.
Yeah, but it always says they have to finish. They have to finish the banking side.
I don't know. I just let them do it. I've never had a problem with the vendor.
But is that like a 24-hour or a couple-day process for them to be?
It's pretty much pretty quick, I think. I don't really track it. I just send them an invitation. And whenever they get around to signing up, otherwise they get a check.
Right. Well, that's the other thing that's messing me up is if a bill isn't due yet, we're trying to do it in a cycle. We do all the work on a certain day. We want you to approve bills on a certain day, or whatever. And I don't want them to pay if I know the ACH information is coming. So I think we're going to mix.
I don't worry about that. I don't worry about that. I don't worry about doing things on certain days. I just do it, because now with the iPhone app, I can stand at the cheese line buying at Publix and say, "Well, pay the bill. We'll pay the bill." Yeah. I do it every time, all the time, and it takes seconds.
Well, I don't. Well, okay. The other thing was I was playing with last night, and I set up a custom role. So that I can pay. So they didn't want me involved in the paying at all. Okay. Now they're traveling and everything, and it's just because I have 2 QuickBooks files and 2 different treasurers. And the first thing we bumped into is I want to say either or can approve, and it isn't. It's one person,
Well, you can have multiple approvers.
You can have multiple
approvers, but don't they both have to approve, or can I?
No, it goes from 1 to 1 to 1. So you pick the first one, and as soon as they approve, it goes to the second one. I don't need to. I only need one, but it might be either treasurer. Well, if you have to pick one,
Yeah, see, that's what I thought. So that was the first thing I bumped into. And then, in other words, if one's traveling or something, the other one can cover for the other one, but I'd have to know. Right. And then they didn't want me to pay, and what happened was when we set it up, they used their personal Gmail accounts, and then we decided we set up company email. We wanted a generic email that would, there's nonprofit, so that would live on for years as treasurers and assistant treasurers turn over. So somewhere in that, one of the treasurers set up the bank account with her Gmail, and then I inactivated her. So last night she went to pay, and she says, "I'm not allowed to pay." And we couldn't figure it out. And she said, it tells me to set myself up and approve myself, but I'm not there. And so finally I realized, and I was on my iPad, and the iPad wouldn't let me undo the delete. And so it wasn't until I got to the office, got on my PC, then I could undo the delete. And then
See,
once,
that in a nutshell is why I hate apps.
well, it's just the learning curve. They're my guinea pigs, and it'll be second nature after a while, I'm sure. It's very clunky for me because I'm so fast in QuickBooks, and I miss when I saw the demo the other day on ScanWriter, and how ScanWriter quick fills, it reads the QuickBooks data and it quick fills and everything. And Bill.com, I feel lost. I don't have my memos popping up. So I'm always consistent in my general ledger. I'm very big on descriptions and memos and everything.
Well, once you put it in the first time in Bill.com, it will remember.
It will?
Yes.
Okay, maybe that, yeah, I was thinking that or hoping that.
And what I like about it, too, is you can have, I don't like people in the QuickBooks file because they mess it up.
Oh, yeah.
So now I can go in and process a bill, and then I can have people that are looking at reports in Bill.com, approving stuff, and they never touch the QuickBooks file.
Right.
Because it just syncs, And I've used different email addresses for everybody because I just had one AP girl. She quit today, actually.
Yeah.
I've just inactivated her. When the new girl comes in, she's going to get on with the new email.
That's good.
Instead of a generic one, I would think then, because if somebody leaves, then, what if they still have access to that email? You don't want them logging in and getting the, kind of thing.
One thing that intrigues me is if I get in a bind, I can have anybody help me. I can hire somebody who say, get all this, posted into accounts payable, everything.
Yeah, you just set up a role, that, that they can do that. I mean,
Right.
I have roles where, like, I have, auditors will come in and they want to look at the, how they want to look at bills. I go, here's access to Bill.com. I set up a role called auditor.
Yeah.
They can look at everything. They just can't do anything.
Right.
And I said, anything you want to look at, have at it. I'd get a load of this. I did this for one auditor, big audit committee meeting, blah, blah, blah. Well, what do you need? What do you need? I mean, I work with auditors all the time.
Right.
And then so I have to log in to look at the bill. I said, yeah, then if you want to see something, you don't have to bother us.
They'd rather have you as their personal assistant.
Yeah, and I thought, because now if you have to call me because you need a bill, I have to stop what I'm doing, get the bill, get it back to you. So wouldn't it be better if you needed to find out something, you could figure it out for yourself? So then he goes, well, that might be a good idea. Well, he couldn't figure it out. He was that stupid. And so then he says that I'm uncooperative. I about blew a gasket. I said, I'm giving you access to my files, and you're telling me I'm uncooperative? You're a jerk.
Wow.
I gave him access to my terminal server and the QuickBooks file, and I was on SourceLink at the time. They could just, find a bill and it was attached. That they didn't want to do that. Then this is my largest client, and then they like share files. So once a year, because I've scanned everything, I'm dragging and dropping just everything I can find up to share file. They like that, but they still like the box.
They like the paper, and I'm thinking.
So what I'm shipping 4 boxes. I didn't make it today, but in the morning it cost a freaking fortune.
I bet.
And I got 2 divisions in Bill.com, but the biggest one, no, they want those damn boxes. But when the auditors found out, well, they were called to find out about this Bill.com and that Sarah's recommending, and what they think, and the auditor went, yes.
Wow, nice.
Love it. And so.
I find the worst people to deal with this, all the technology, are other accountants.
Yeah.
Because they just don't get it.
It's the executive director. I need to convince her that it's like Expensify. I had them all set up for Expensify. We're getting ready to go. And when she logged into Bank of America, she saw all her personal accounts and everything because it's her personal plus her business card. And she was just absolutely convinced that I would be able to see her personal stuff. Undid everything, refused, we canceled it. I'm just like, really?
Well, what I tell them now, this is how I work. If you won't use Bill.com, Expensify, Receipt Bank, and Hosted or QuickBooks Online, then I'm not the person for you.
I'm getting there. But I have to learn these products myself. And Bill.com, I don't know why I'm bumbling around in it, but
I love it. I don't give them a choice.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
I like all that kind of lot too.
it's funny, you know, when I go to the doctor, I don't say, you know, I don't like that X-ray machine you're using. I like that one better. You know, they're paying for a result, I think. So I say, this is how I produce the result you want.
Right.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's how I'm starting my consultants.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I go and talk to people, what is it you want? What do you want? If you want just something to give to your accountant at the end of the year, you know, we can work any way you want to. We can do all kinds of information if you're looking at the reports, but why make it overly complicated if no one's looking at the reports and no one cares?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the whole thing. You're right. I mean, when people will call you and they want the moon and the stars, and I go, well, what are you going to do with it if we do make all this happen? Well, it would be nice to know.
Nice to.
Well, okay, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you $3,000 a month. How nice is it now? Well, not that nice.
I tell you what, I was talking to the ILA guys this morning. I had back in 25 years ago, I wrote a payroll program for the longshoremen, and part of that whole process was there were certain reports that went to certain places, right? And so I'm trying to make sure that I can recreate all these reports and make sure, you know, and I was like calling the Chapter 13 office and saying, okay, we've been sending you this report every week, month, whatever, and if you could have it a different way, how would you want it? The guy's like, are you kidding? And he said, I want a bigger font and I want it in this order so it matches how they put it. You know, this is back in a while. And so I'm doing all that cool stuff because I just love that. And then there's this one report, and we would send it to some office, and it was always addressed to Gloria. So I called them, and I said, may I speak to Gloria? And they went, who? And I said, well, this shipping company has been sending you this report every single Friday, and it's addressed to Gloria. Oh, the one on the green box. Oh, we throw those away. We have no idea. And you know, when I got hired, I said part of the process. And, oh, don't change any of that. Don't change it.
Wow.
I mean, it's crazy how people just do what they were taught to do.
Yep.
Well, there's that old story. I tell this a lot with clients. You know, the guy goes to guy just got married. And he goes to dinner at Easter dinner, and his wife's cooking Easter dinner, and she takes the ham, and she slices both ends off. And he says, I wonder why do you slice the ends of the ham off? Well, my mother did that. So he asked the mother at Easter dinner, why do you slice both ends of the ham off? Well, my mother did that. So he asked the grandmother, why did you slice both ends of the ham off? So it would fit in my little oven.
That's too cute.
So people do stuff because they always have done it.
Yep, yep. And if it's working.
Oh, can I use that? That's great.
Don't you love that story?
See, I don't like. Part of me does. Well, you know, the rebellious part of me doesn't like being told what to do. Probably where it started. You know.
That's why we get along.
Yeah. And then I always want a better way to do it. Me
too.
A better way.
My husband always says, why do you have to build a new wristwatch? It's still telling time. I go, yeah, but it's no fun anymore. I have to make this fun.
I get bored.
Me too.
Bored.
Oh, I tell you what, I don't know. Have you seen the new product, the QB Connect or QB Connect Pro Plus?
No.
Oh, my God, I about creamed my jeans yesterday with that one. You know,
QB Connect Plus.
Yeah, it's like from Money Thumb.
Huh?
It's for what?
Go to moneythumb.com.
This is Intuit?
Yeah, this is a product that works with QuickBooks.
Okay.
So
Esther, I think
go to moneythumb.com, and they have it. It's QB something or other, Connect Pro, and now they have the Pro Plus. Well, and you know, I have ScanWriter. I'm a big proponent of ScanWriter. This is better than ScanWriter, and it costs like $200.
Oh, because ScanWriter's like wicked.
Yeah, $1,500.
Yeah. Okay.
So this will take your bank statement, you line it up, it will read it, put it into a CSV or a QBO, and will import. I did this yesterday for a client that always only gives me paper statements.
I have no memory. Say it again. I finally got a website up. Okay.
Go Money Thumb and look at it's the QB, the plus one. It's like $299, I think. You see it?
Wow.
Wow. I stopped doing write-up years ago, mainly because it just drove me crazy.
No, now you just take the paper statement.
Yeah.
Some people still do paper. They don't want you to have access
I
to the
know.
bank or whatever it is. So I did this too with the nonprofit I just got yesterday. Guy calls me up. Well, we need to have a consolidated statements, and we haven't put anything in for July through September. And I'm thinking, well, how hard could that be? And he goes, well, no, for 14. I go, well, how have you been operating? Well, we just kind of did it. Okay. So I
They
get
must
the
have enough
statement.
cash.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they do or not. So it's like, so can you put these in for 14? Of course, they're on QuickBooks Online.
Yeah.
And of course, the bank doesn't go back that far. So I thought, well, maybe I'll use this new Money Thumb product that I bought. I mean, I bought the plus one. So I took the bank statements, scanned them, mapped the fields, made a QBO file, and uploaded them. And I went, holy mackerel! Oh, I'm so happy.
Nice.
Put them in. The guy thought I was a genius.
So you were able
Of course
to
I
scan.
am.
Did you scan a PDF into the system or what?
Yes.
And it converted to to CSV?
No, QBO.
Right to QBO. Hey,
We
honey.
do a QBO file, which I
Well,
thought
New
you did.
toy.
That.
Squirrel.
The
Money Thumb.
QBO from the PDF file?
Yep.
Okay, wait. And does it do desktop? Because I'm still a desktop.
Yes, you can still do, you can do like a
Can you
QBO
put
file.
Zero. Spreadsheets. Fun.
Did you say it does 0?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa. Convert to zero.
I've had so many problems lately with the small banks around here not interacting with QuickBooks. One of the local banks, we were set up, had the bank feeds going on, and of course they ask you to change the password every so often.
Oh, I hate that.
I know, I do too, but we went through that, and I'm like, ugh. Okay, so I sit down with the person at the office and say, okay, let's try and, update our logon information in QBO, and can't get it, but we can get onto the bank site. We cannot get it into QuickBooks at all. So we call up the bank, and they told us, oh, you can't do it. We've never been able to do it. I'm like, well, I really don't believe you, because we were doing it.
Yeah.
Do you have someone above you that we can talk to? Oh no. You just have to do the CSV and import it that way. I'm like, that's not what we did. Well, we have a two-step verification. Yes, I know. And we had it working. Oh, well, it doesn't work.
So which one did you do? Okay, so you've got QB.
Converter Pro.
The one with the plus,
Yeah.
with the little plus sign.
It's the Converter Pro. Convert Pro Plus. Debbie, the Converter Pro Plus, does it only do it for QBO?
No, you can make a CSV. Well, when I say QBO, that's the bank QBO product that you can upload into QuickBooks Online. You can upload it to the desktop version.
Oh, you're talking.
It creates the
format.
QBO file,
Format.
that for the bank statement.
They call Web Connect files.
Yeah. So then you can upload that to either QuickBooks Online or QuickBooks Desktop. And I've done both using that product.
Wow.
And then does it let you set rules and do all that fun stuff like?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would go right into bank feeds and then do it that way.
Right. Yeah. So I mean,
See, I
it's
just had to, our tax return was due like yesterday.
Yeah.
Between being sick and taking care of mom, I can have all kinds of excuses. I hadn't downloaded it. I didn't realize it'd been so long since I brought in my husband's checkbook, and so I'm like, I got to do my tax return, and I'm like, oh crap, I don't have all the credit cards for the donations and everything, because I've never been behind. I've always been, but and so then I had to do. It would only do so many months, and then I could go get it. Anyway, it took me forever, but I had all the statements.
Yeah, well, if you use this QuickBooks product, you could have bingo right in.
Yep. As a matter of
So
fact,
did you
it's
get your
American
return
Express. I'm still missing like.
Now, the other thing you might want to do, Sarah, now I've done this, I do this, is that you can get a free QuickBooks Online account. Just set up your accounts for the bank feeds.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about doing the books in
Yeah.
QuickBooks Online. Just set up the bank feeds.
Uh-huh.
And then every month you just export that and import it into desktop. I do that too.
Wow.
Oh, I never thought of doing that. That would be interesting.
Oh.
Debbie.
So I could do. See. I've got so much history in my QuickBooks file. I don't want to lose that. I mean,
No, you're not going to lose it.
What Yard Guy did 6 years ago. I want to find it. So
Yeah.
I can set up our personal.
In QBO,
Yeah.
the free one you get a free one.
Yeah.
And you set up the bank feeds that you're going to use, and then they just come in every night.
Yeah.
And then once a month, I go in and say, okay, what happened? What happened? Oh, here they are. Let me export it to Excel. Whoosh! Right into desktop.
Oh, and the
Yeah.
batch enter. You use
I
that?
use
Yeah.
I use that batch enter all the time.
Batch enter all the time, yeah.
I love
I
it.
love batch enter.
Yeah, see, I have a client. I have a client that's very similar, where he gives me all of his bank statements,
Uh-huh.
and so I scan them. I have like a Snap scanner. I scan them, and I use Able to Excel,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
which is like a PDF converter, and that
Right.
literally within like 2 minutes, I have an Excel document that I just copy and paste right into
Right.
QuickBooks using the batch enter. So yeah, it's hard to deal with those clients that just give you the
Oh,
hard
I know.
statements.
They're so backwards. My husband's one of them.
Well, my husband's still on Quicken, and
Yeah. My
Nice.
husband
he's
still
Quicken.
he handwrites his checkbook.
He's Quicken, and I'm QuickBooks, and even though we got married, we just can't merge. So last year I said, I am bringing all your information into my QuickBooks. We've got to get all this together. There's just too much, because I want to know what we're doing. And then I got behind on my posting. But for Expensify, you use Expensify.
Here's my husband's checkbook. He
Yep.
still keeps a checkbook.
Wow.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Mine's pretty automated, but that's why I wanted to download his checks, because they were like whole numbers. I said, I know those are little charities. He'll be out somewhere and he'll, stroke a check. But with Expensify, I don't like the way it works interfacing with QuickBooks. So I set up a custom export in the same columns as the batch enter.
Well, if you set up that free QuickBooks Online file,
Yeah.
just open up the QBO app, take a picture of it. Boom, now it's in.
What?
Yeah, you can use the QuickBooks Online app from your phone.
Right.
You open up the QBO app,
Yeah.
have your account open, hit the little plus sign at the bottom, expense, put it in,
Yeah.
they're all, all the vendors are there. Take a picture, put the account in. Now you have the thing even in QuickBooks Online with the receipt.
Oh, yeah.
So I have all my QuickBooks, I have some people that they write checks out in the field,
Right.
and
Take a
then
picture of the check.
I said, take a picture of the check, pull it in there, and then I know what the check is. I don't have to, because at one of these weirdo banks where, every 5 minutes you got to change the password.
Right.
I said, so, just do that. Then I don't have to log into the bank and call you to call me with the new code.
What are they taking a picture? What app are you doing with that? Expensify?
No, QuickBooks Online.
QuickBooks Online, you can take a picture and attach?
Yeah, with the QuickBooks Online app.
Oh.
It's really cool. So when I'm demonstrating QuickBooks Online, I say, give me your phone. And I say, watch this. And I pull up my phone, go, look, watch this. Snap the picture, put it in, boom. There it is. Look, that's how quick it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they go, wow, how much is this?
Yeah. Well, what we were doing with a company credit card with, say, 8, there's 8 employees with cards.
Right.
What I want to do with Expensify, that's what I was playing with, was we found it faster to download from the credit card company.
Right.
And then cut and paste it into the batch enter. Then we could snag the the job costing and all that all at one time, and then poof, we're in. And so I said, well, if we switch to Expensify, all I need to do is export to a comma delimited file. We made the columns the same.
Right.
and it'll be a really good. But I haven't used that feature with a company credit card. So, do you have any that are doing that where the?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I will. I do have one that use P cards from Regions Bank.
Yeah.
And every day every night at like 4 o'clock in the morning, I get an email with all the activity from the day before.
Uh-huh.
I just open up the spreadsheet, paste it in, because I have this master template.
Uh-huh.
And I go, okay. And I just, put in the expense account and then use transaction. They're still on QuickBooks 12.
Oh,
so their batch data entry is not on that version.
Oh.
So I have to use TPI, but I go, put up TPI. Boof, takes like 10 minutes, 10 minutes from start to finish.
nice.
Gotta have these tools.
Well, I want
Yeah, and what's so funny about accountants, they don't want to spell, Expensify costs, $9 a month per user. I'm so?
Right, exactly. How much are you going to pay someone to put that information?
Is there anything in Expensify that you wish it did?
I like it. I mean,
You like it?
Does Expensify tell you what account it comes out of? Like, I guess
Yeah.
So if you take a picture, it knows if you paid cash, or it came out of one debit card, or it came out of somebody's credit card, or it came out of a personal credit card. How does it know that?
You'd have to match up the pictures with the transaction.
What do you mean match up?
Like,
you have to tell it.
Yeah, if somebody's just uploading pictures all month long, and then they go to do their expense report, they go, let's see, this one goes with 10, he goes with
that's
10,
for more
he
of
goes 10.
See, I don't really have anybody that does like expense reports. I was thinking of it like most of my clients. What they do is they have so many different receipts, but it's like they'll pay with personal cash, they'll pay something with a personal check, they'll have a debit card, they'll have a business credit card, they'll have the employee, has a Capital One, and then there's a Bank of America card, so there's all these different cards. And for me, it's just easier to, what I do is I just scan all the receipts. We have all the receipts scanned like in an Evernote so that they can share it and they can be able to find it anywhere. And then we just do the syncing of the credit card, into the QuickBooks file and then be done with it. And then anything that's personal, we just put in a personal register and record it like that. But I've never been able to find a product that actually can tell me, like, if we snapped a picture or scanned it, like with the last 4 digits, that would, because I'm spending way too much time, no matter what type of app I use, mixing and matching. And for me, it's just I'm so fast I can just enter it in and be done with it.
Right. So and being able to find that match later too.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking that I know that when I go into my Expensify account, it reads all my credit cards and everything, and I can actually say that one's business, that one, I don't.
Gotcha.
I don't do that, but I could. My husband got it because he'll come back from a trip and he needs to fill in an expense report for his office.
Right.
And so he just goes through and clicks, and but I've got to meet with them at Sleater, so I've got 1 month to get reoriented with the program. I used it one way, and there's so many new features now that I bet you it does all kinds of stuff, and I haven't had the time to I haven't made the time to sit down and go through all the.
That's the biggest challenge, is finding the time to learn everything.
Absolutely, absolutely. I want to change the subject. I want to talk about Blab. That was something I wanted to talk about.
Oh, okay.
We blabbed. Joanne and Sarah and Yvette and I blabbed on Wednesday.
How'd that go?
It was fun. I put the link in the Slack file if anyone wants to look at it.
Okay, maybe tonight I'll look at it.
Now you're a bunch of blabbers.
And
Yes.
today I was just kind of blab for a minute, and we were having a couple, live shows, and there was one from out of the country. I think they were from Venezuela, and they were a virtual business, talking about virtual businesses and how to get started and everything. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I found some interesting ones. It was so funny though, if it's a small group, I feel really bad about like hopping out. I gotta be rude.
Well, I gotta tell you, the one guy that I've been watching a ton of his blabs on is that Steve Dotto.
Yes.
And he has this new. He's been doing it for a couple of weeks now. This new one that's called like I think it's called like Appetite.
Yeah.
And it's I'm echoing somewhere. I think it's Sarah. You're echoing me, Sarah.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. So what happens is that Steve Dotto is like the host, and he brings in 3 people, and they each have to bring in like 4 apps, and it's like a contest. So it's like, I would say that I want to talk about like this new app I found on the phone, and then somebody else talks about this, and so they do and then everybody votes with the feels to see which one they like the best, and then they go to like round 2 and then round 3, and then at the end they all take a number of how many feels that the 3 competitors have, and the one who gets the most feels at the end for their number 1 app gets to return next week to be like to be the defending champion. Oh, it's
what a
so
great
fun.
idea.
Yeah, he does it every Wednesday, I think it's called.
Can you ask to be notified for just him?
You can follow him.
I subscribed, but
yeah, if you subscribe to him, but you probably have to in Blab. You have to look at your notifications because you have to be notified like via email when anybody that you follow does a new Blab.
Yeah,
and
I need
so
to turn that on.
So it kind of gets annoying, but if you really are just once you see them, I just kind of move them into a folder, and then I'll go over and actually subscribe to that feed when that event's going to happen. The other thing, too, though, guys, is that if you actually follow these people on Twitter and you're actually active on Twitter, you'll be able to see in your stream when they go live.
Okay. See, now,
how do I find him? I know, I'm sorry. I know I subscribed to him, but okay, so I'm in, and there's like I don't know where to go.
Notices, right. Now, see, I don't really like Twitter myself. I've always thought Twitter people had nothing better to do. You're sitting there, okay, I'm eating eggs for breakfast this morning.
You're obviously following the wrong people.
I started Twitter to connect to my Facebook and LinkedIn accounts.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm finding if I start with Twitter, it automatically gets pushed out to all my other social media that I'm doing.
Yeah, and you shouldn't do that. Sorry.
I shouldn't do that. Why shouldn't I do that? You
shouldn't push your Twitter to Facebook because a lot of times when you tweet something, it's not relevant in your Facebook community, and it looks like you're doing more manual or more automatic roboting posts because it actually shows up as like that it's coming from Twitter, and it shows up with just certain links that like don't make sense.
And that is true. When I was doing the QBO chat with Kathy, I would say something responding to what she was talking to, and the twit would only say, I do like this, or I don't like this, but you wouldn't know what this was.
Yeah.
So I understand what you're saying there, but I don't use my Twitter for anything but business.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, but you're better off if you do something like if you had something you really wanted to share to both communities, to either Twitter or Facebook, you want to be able to do a little bit more on Facebook with that post, maybe add an image to it, maybe talk a little bit longer about it and have a longer description than just worry about the 140 characters that Twitter has, and give your audience more of a reason to want to engage with that post. So that's why I usually tell people if you want to post a tweet, 140 characters, fine, but if you want to say that same similar thing, expand on it and make it more relevant to the Facebook audience instead of doing that attachment or that automatic feed thingy.
Then I would never use Twitter.
I'm not a Twitter.
Not if you go on to Blab.
Joanne.
That's true.
I'm logged into Blab.
Yes,
okay.
ma'am. I'm not logged on the Blab, so I can't help you, but I'll try to.
On air, scheduled, and replays.
Mm-hmm.
There's all these tags. I don't know.
There should be a search thing, and just search Dotto is all you got to do.
I wanted to search everybody I was subscribed to.
Yeah, you just want to. Like I said, it's still in beta, so there's things that
I get notifications from Steve for Blab.
Yeah.
How do you spell his last name?
Dotto.
And I know that I'm following him,
He's pretty
and I
amazing.
don't get notifications.
Yeah, you got to check your settings then.
Okay, there he is. Now it says I haven't. Oh, he's got ones Wednesday at 10. Wednesday at 11.
There's a thing. See, here's my
I bet it's different on my iPad.
Here's on my phone, and there is a thing too. If you have it open in a tab, I believe it'll give you a push notification too. So you can choose to be push notified when somebody follows you, when a friend of yours joins Blab, when a friend of yours goes live, or when your friend schedules a Blab. So when a friend is somebody that you're following, so you want to make sure that you have those push notifications and or your email notifications when somebody schedules a Blab. And so when you follow somebody, you will get that notification, whether it's a push notification, which is just like a little thing on your desktop that kind of comes out, or it'll send you an email.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have to make it correct.
Because when I first did it, I had them emailing me for everything, and it was driving me bananas.
I had to turn it off, so now I forgot all about it.
Yeah, I've turned off a lot of my notifications too. Otherwise, I would not work.
Yeah, I turn off the email notifications, and I just keep the push notifications, which means it'll actually, once you go to blab.im on your phone,
James just joined me on Blab. What'd you do?
There you go, because James joined Blab because we're talking about it.
Oh.
Way to go, James.
James.
Oh, and so did Debbie.
See?
I just joined, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
You were on Blab.
Watch out, Blab. The accountants are coming.
I tell you what.
Right. Next week I'm going to try and schedule it. Joanne, I want you. Yvette, I want you. And Sarah, I want you. So we can have somebody to start. And then other people, what I'd like to do is, if you can, put down what you'd like to talk about in Slack. That way we'll kind of have a little bit of an itinerary, and I won't miss people. That's the thing I'm worried about, is somebody that has something they want to say, and they're not in one of those 4 spaces. I want to make sure everybody has an equal amount of time.
Well, what we should do is we should have like 4 people in, and then we should have a 5th person monitoring the chat to make sure that everybody's being heard if people are chatting and stuff.
Right, you have to pay attention to the...
Yeah, you have to watch the chat.
All right,
I like Blab. It's exciting. I don't know. Because we're tired of it.
It was addictive one night. I'm like, what are they talking about?
I know.
You ever see that app that there's another one that you can stream live what you're doing?
Periscope.
Some girl in
the drunk.
The drunk. Okay.
She lives in Florida.
The Sunshine State.
Oh, I tell you what.
Oh, man. Okay, so 11 o'clock on Wednesday, I think that's the one you were talking about for Steve.
For Steve?
Yeah.
I don't know. He does them every Wednesday, I think. And
Well, it says App Wednesday.
App Wednesday.
Apptastic. And the other one says... Then the other one says Productivity Powerhouse Panel, Email, Apps, and Overload.
No, you want the Apptastic. That's the game show. That's the game show. And you can watch some of the past ones. So if you click on his profile, you can go to the past 2 weeks, and he has like 28 or 29 replays. Talk about binge watching.
Oh, it's at night.
Yeah.
No. Yay.
One that I saw right now. It's called appear.in. It's called appear.in. And video chat and conference tool. Have you guys heard of that one? Steve Dotto did a thing on it.
Check it out.
You put in the chat.
Oh my gosh, how are we going to keep up with all this stuff?
I know, and I can't.
Go ahead.
I was going to say my computer screen is frozen, so I can't copy and paste anything in the chat. So somebody needs to email me these links that are in the chat. Pretty please, the sugar on top.
Okay, I don't know that there is any.
There isn't any.
There is. There's the money thumb is in there.
Oh, money
thumb. Whoever put links in the
Put
chat,
it in Slack.
putting them in Slack.
pretty
Okay,
pleased.
hold on. I gotta go.
And then everyone will have access to them, whether you're on an iPad, whether you're on a computer, no matter what you're on.
Which
Wonderful.
channel?
The SBAA.
SBAA.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's a good
Small
idea. It's a
Business
good
Accounting
idea.
Advisors. And
It's a
that
good idea.
actually, when I schedule our blab for next week, I'll have the link in Slack, and I'll actually have it on the event page too. So I'll create an event page on Google Plus, but then I'll let everyone know that they're to go to Blab for the actual event.
Yeah.
And then once it's over, we can actually pull it up to YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you have to download it first. You have to download it first on your computer, and then you can upload it
Okay.
up to YouTube. Yep.
Okay. Did you do that with yours, Wednesday?
I didn't. No, I didn't. I have it on my computer. I haven't had a chance to yet.
But I can still see it when I go to like.
It's on Blab. Yep, it'll always be on Blab as the replay. I'm not sure if they ever delete those or not. They might after so many weeks or something like that, but they're up there for quite a while.
They only stayed for a little while.
Periscope deletes after 24 hours, but I was looking at Dono, and he's got like 28 replays. So.
Okay. So I'm going to use Slack then as our go-to place for these kind of things. Slack, yeah. I do want to try Zoom in addition because this Google Plus thing, these notifications are making me crazy.
Well, somebody play with me with Zoom because I've never had more than 4 people.
Zoom? Is that something new?
I love Zoom.
Oh my God!
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, Seth's talking about moving to Zoom, but I don't know if he's actually going to do it or not because he
all kinds
still likes the hundreds and thousands of Google connections he has.
You could have 20 people who are live and up to 3,000 in the
viewing area.
Viewing. There's so many different levels of what you want to do, and then there's like rooms or something you could buy into, or you just, I guess if you have a big firm, you can.
Now, Sarah, can you use Zoom to do like screen shares with clients?
Yes.
Yes.
I have the $9 version only because I wanted to have more than one administrator. And I can set up, I have a recurring management meeting. There's 4 of us, and we're in 4 different states. And so I just put it in Outlook and forget about it. And it reminds everybody, and they can get to the room before me. And then I'll get an email that says, "Everybody's waiting, where are you?" And I can join from any device. And there's the 4 pictures. And we can share screens. We can go to one picture.
And you can pass the screen share back and forth?
Yes, pass it back and forth, take over the mouse. Great
That's
for
what I want
training.
to do. I'm not having much success these days with Join.me.
No.
I was having trouble with that myself.
Pardon?
I was having trouble with that myself in terms of getting things going. Like, seems like I'd have to download something, and I'm about ready to not subscribe next year, maybe go to Zoom.
Has anybody tried using the Google Remote Desktop?
We did. I did. It really doesn't work well.
Okay. I haven't had
But
a
it
chance
works
to use it.
sometimes. But I actually had it for my tablet. Does not work at all for the tablet because you don't do the same kind of things.
Right.
Like with a tablet, you're touching and pointing and scrolling with your fingers. Well, you're not doing that on the desktop. You're doing that on your tablet. So you have to think about, well, you have to push the button down, so you have to click and hold it down. It's just not very easy because you're using different types of controls.
Gotcha.
So, but if you're going computer to computer, like if I'm going from my Chromebook, I can do it that easy.
How do you like your Chromebook, Judy?
I love my Chromebook, Dennis. It's now my favorite computer.
Why is that?
Well, you know, once upon a time when Hewlett-Packard came out with the little 10-inch screen computers, I loved that too because you can take them anywhere and you can get online anywhere, and you know they were light and portable and easy to take around. That computer did not have enough memory was the only problem. You would have to sit and wait and wait and wait for a site to open.
I would go crazy.
I got a question on Slack.
Mm-hmm.
How do, because I'm under YMS bookkeeping, so how do I get your Slack thing? You know that I'm a member of.
Okay, I'm not sure I got the question.
Okay.
You,
Slack. Okay.
right?
But I want to get on the board the team that we're all in. How do I get on there?
It's SBAA.
So but how do I go? Because I'm right.
It's listed on the side, isn't it? On the.
Are you in GinaNet?
No, I'm in YMS bookkeeping.
Oh yeah, you gotta join the team.
Yeah, I'm part of the team.
It'll tell you which one's at the bottom of the screen, which ones
You
you're
did join.
subscribed to.
You did join.
Yeah, I know, but I don't see that.
Well, what you do is you go to Slack and you sign in, and then you'll see that down at the bottom of the screen it'll tell you which teams you're on, I guess.
Team you're in.
And then you click on that.
Click on the left or the right-hand side of the screen.
Click on your name. Click on your YMS whatever, and then sign into another team.
Oh, okay, there you go.
The other thing I read, Yvette, too, is that they have a Mac application for it, or a Mac desktop application for Slack, and if you download that, you can be able to see your teams on the same.
Oh, cool.
dashboard. Just a little side note for us Mac people. I say us Mac people like I'm a really big Mac person.
Our team is Gina's Net.
Gina's Net.
Okay.
That's just my Twitter handle. I didn't, when they ask you to name things, how do you know where it's going to be until after you've done it? You know?
Yeah.
It's asking me to sign in. I was signed in on mine. Do I have to have a whole new feed for that? I think
It should be the same
your
account.
email address and your password that you put in originally.
It just says enter your team Slack domain. So enter in Gina's and say
Gina's Net.
continue.
Gina's Net.
Right.
I think that's for a sign up though.
No, it's I have to sign in that way. Well, I don't go in through Twitter. I always go in through the
app
web browser.
Last time I could get into both and
link.
something happened.
You're having a hard time still?
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Like mine says, like ginasnet.slack.com/messages//SBA. It's up on my URLs.
Oh really? I don't even have that. I must be using the I downloaded some app on my computer. I just clicked on it.
Oh, okay.
And so it has everybody listed, lined up on the left, and then there's a quick switcher. There's a plus sign, and you can hit the plus sign, put in their domain name, their team domain, and then continue.
Yeah, it's got the direct messages for each person, and then it's got the channels, and so it's like I've seen general, random, and SBAA. You click on that, and that's where you'll have all the stuff.
Right. So
did you join QB?
And you want to put something in there. Down at the bottom is a little plus sign. Click on the plus and post.
Yeah.
I don't know what snippet is. I've tried to figure out the difference between snippet and post, but.
Did you join QB Connect?
Well, I did not because I'm not going to QB Connect.
Well, I'm not going either, but it's interesting.
Yeah,
I joined
join that. Do I just?
Oh, you have to give Seth your email address.
Email.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to see Oprah, huh?
Well,
Is it the email that I use for Slack?
Yes.
You know why it's out? Yeah.
I am sorry that I'm going to miss Oprah in QB Connect. Deb will be there.
I'm going.
Who is Natrasulka?
Yeah, I'm seeing that. So,
Who is that?
Can I tell Seth on here that I want to be added onto QB Connect, or do I have to send him a personal email?
Oh, that's James.
I would just send him just send him a message through Facebook or something and say, can you add me to the QB Connect? Yeah.
I'm sorry, James.
Him or Stacy. Stacy will do it too.
Sarah,
locking your
that's
window.
the one I told you about.
I'm like, what's net result California? That's funny.
Sounds like a skin cream.
That's great. I had a question. Oh, it's like in Blab, everybody knew all these little tricks to do things, but I couldn't find any instructions.
There really
isn't.
There's not much to do in there. It's like /Q and that's it. And make your light and dark. That's just recent from this week.
Yeah. So
/dark. But
we're gonna have to.
/Q is the only thing that works. There is no other letter of the alphabet.
Yeah, Gina tested that.
I did.
She went through the whole alphabet.
So if you do have a question and you're in chat, all you have to do is /Q, and it'll put a green question on top of your question, so you can see it easier in the scrolling chat.
Yep.
So Yvette, are you on?
Yeah, I'm on.
Good. Deborah, are you on?
It doesn't
I think so.
say who's in. Wait a minute. There's 13.
Where are you at?
Oh, there's 6 out of 13 members. Does that mean 6
Well, I
are
see
logged in?
3 dots next to people that are on.
Which one are you talking about? Slack?
Yeah, yes.
Slack.
Okay, yeah, I'm in Slack. But I'm trying to.
Dennis, Gina, Larry, James, me, and Yvette. All right, Brian. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's really slick.
Slick. It's Slack, not slick.
Slick, slack is slick.
Slick is Slack.
You're just slacking. So Deborah, I just invited you into the SBAA.
I thought, didn't I accept it already?
Well, you accepted the invitation to the team, and I just invited you to the channel.
Oh.
You have to be invited to a channel. I thought you just joined a channel.
It's a whole big thing.
She's there already. I see it.
Yeah.
Why does it keep saying enable desktop notifications?
That's so that when you're not on, it'll pop up like a little square and notify you when people post and
I
stuff.
have not done that. I am notified out. I cannot have any more notifications. Thank you very much.
Get enough
I know.
emotions.
It's just like, look at me. Quit working. Look at me.
But someone did, it must have been Seth that said that he likes Slack because he knows he wants every one of those emails.
He wants what?
He wants to collect your email.
Every one of those emails.
He's already got everybody's email. And he doesn't have just because people go into a Slack doesn't mean that you have permission to put them into an email list.
Oh wow, they get our email.
He set up a smart sheet and a web form that if you wanted to get invited to Slack, you fill it all out. So it's feeding into a smart sheet, and then he's inviting you, but he's gathering all
Yeah.
that's a marketing fiend over there.
I get a few SOB notifications, I imagine.
That's right. Like I don't get enough now.
He's got to learn to do some Facebook ads with those email addresses.
No, please, I don't want him to know anymore. Thank you.
Oh man.
I get enough. I get it. I get it.
So I posted that. I mean, I put it on there. The Slack.
And you have to go to the bottom.
Can you see it?
What did you put?
What?
What did you do?
I posted the thing for Steve Gatto on Slack.
Thank you.
In which channel?
And Gina's.
No,
Yes,
Gina has lots of channels.
Gina has like 12 channels.
Ah, shucks. I'm in the general one. Do I need to go?
Well, no, I'll just go to Gina.
No, I only have 3 channels.
I'm being facetious.
Oh, I see.
That's all they gave me.
Yeah, I see it. It's in the general. Yeah.
Perfect. I
So,
love
which one do I post the stuff in?
SBAA.
SBBBBBA.
You're making me laugh so much.
Accounting advisors.
Okay.
I joined all three, so it'll tell you since the last time you logged on you haven't read this or something.
So I see James put in there. He brought in the training for stray dogs he put in. So thank you, James. What was the other one? The money sum?
Yeah.
I
Put it in there.
put it in there, but I didn't.
In the appear.in.
Okay, now, what if
Here it
somebody
is.
wanted to make a comment about Money Thumb? They do it. They can't add to Money Thumb like you can in Facebook. They'd have to come down and just add it to the feed.
I don't
It's
know.
not like you can respond to.
Yeah, I think you can. I think you can click on it and then comment. Can't you?
I don't know.
Well, let me see. I thought you could too.
Yeah, because I thought.
Add a reaction. You can
Yeah.
pin, add a reaction. What's add a reaction? Oh, that's a face.
Now, what are our windows today?
Cartoons.
Go up.
Down at the
So if I
bottom,
wanted-
there's a plus sign. Click on the plus sign,
Maybe
and
because I posted.
it says create a snippet, create a post, or upload a file.
Yeah, but that's just
Yeah.
adding to the feed. I think Sarah was talking about
How do you
add a comment to one of the,
things that's already there?
right, add a reaction if you hit that little, looks like gear.
You could.
Add a reaction.
Yeah, but it's just an emotion. Whatever you call this.
Emoticon.
Right.
Emoji.
Emoji.
You
And
get
then
an
there's
emoji.
a star. You could star people.
I don't know. I just wish my computer wasn't frozen.
Chrome has locked up on me all day long for weeks.
Oh, can I tell you a funny story before we go?
Yeah?
So, I'm on my desktop computer at work, and it is a PC, so I have two monitors.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on hold, and I was leaning forward, and I have my keyboard was up, and when I leaned forward, like kind of like my chest area, per se, leaned on my keyboard, and I got back, and my right monitor turned sideways. We were laughing so hard. It was like, I was like, how can I work like this? And so I couldn't, so that the other monitor was still correct. So I went and I'm like, okay, I have to find out how to fix this. So I'm literally so I'm literally Googling I think I ended up Googling, how did my monitor turn sideways? And I found it, the first thing. It's like Alt Control, and then you hit either the up arrow, and then you click the down arrow, or down, and it turns it sideways and flips it around. It's so funny.
You got smart boobs there, Joanne.
I know. No, but that would be a great trick to pull on somebody, like when you're, with somebody and they have their laptop and they disappear. You just quick do Alt Control with that little thing and make their screen turn crooked. Yeah, that was fun.
I used to have a monitor that you just
just do
grabbed
that.
it.
Yeah, no, this was like this. And I just wanted to finish what I was doing. I was trying to upload some files into Box, and I wanted to leave for the day, and I'm like...
Of course, that's what happened.
That's the story of my day. How come I didn't finish something? Well, my monitor was sideways.
My monitor was sideways.
An hour later, I finally went, what was I doing when I went,
So that's what I want to start doing, though, is I got to thinking as I was cracking up searching for that on Google, is I think it would be a funny ebook to track what you search for on Google.
Ah. Well, that shouldn't be hard to find because Google doesn't keep all our searches.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but I mean, as I'm doing it, keep track of it. Like, okay, this would be my first one. How to da-da-da-da. Okay, the next time I have to search for something, I'm going to just start keeping it, and I'm going to sell it as an ebook. I search for Google all the time.
I'd be scared to look. I'm always trying to delete that stuff out in case my husband comes in here to work.
What is this rash? Why am I seeing double?
That's right. I don't knock off your hood. No, I'm just kidding. Oh man.
We love Mark. Come on.
Oh, he's crazy. Yeah, I'm crazy about him.
It's too funny. Anyways, that was my funny story.
Okay, we're going to end on your funny story. It's about quarter of, so we went a little bit over. Again, next week we're going to try Blab.
Yes.
So I'm going to schedule it ahead of time. I will put the link on the event page, so everybody come to the event page.
Everybody come to
Slack too?
We'll also be on Slack.
All right.
And if you're following Gina or any of us, you'll be able to get notifications on Blab too.
I want to do a Zoom. I need more than 4 people to test Zoom.
Let's try Blab first.
Who's used Zoom? I know you have, Sarah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who else has used Zoom?
So we'll do Blab, then I want to go back to regular.
All you do is go to zoom.us and put in my number.
Well, yeah, because maybe you could do a demo.
Yeah, it's real easy.
Okay.
Okay. So after next week, the following week, we'll get a demo from Sarah, and we'll Zoom the week after that.
Oh boy, wait a minute. What month are we in?
She's got to put it in her calendar.
The paper calendar.
Yeah.
And the 23rd?
We spend all day talking about apps, and she breaks it in her paper calendar.
Okay, the 23rd, we're doing Blab.
Okay.
The 30th, we're going to come back and do a hangout. That's when we'll talk about Zoom, and then we'll do Zoom November 6th.
November 6th, I'm traveling.
I'll be in California, but I'll still be able to hopefully pop in.
Well, I might be back. I'm leaving. Oh, I'm leaving for Sleater on the 13th. Yeah. I'll be here on the 6th. You want to do Zoom on the 6th?
Yes.
Okay. Zoom.
Come on and Zoom on Zoom.
Let's see what happens if there's a whole bunch of us.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
All right. Blab on the 23rd. Do a hangout on the 30th. This is Zoom, and then I'm gone for 3 weeks because we're doing Sleater and vacation. So.
Okay. Well, I'll be at Sleater, Friday the 13th in November. Sleater doesn't happen until Sunday that week.
Yeah, the 27th.
Yeah, but we're flying into Albuquerque.
Oh, okay.
And then we're vacationing, and then we'll land, and then we've got a thing Sunday night, and then... Anyway, but we won't be back till after Thanksgiving.
Oh, fun.
I've never been gone this long from the office ever. So. But
you will be connected.
And by that time, I'm going to have,
You'll be
already
on the cloud. All righty, everybody. So we'll see you next week on Blab.
All right.
Bye. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.